Ladies, hear me clearly. If you are on the T app, delete it.
We need to talk about how that T app just made women look like we have 3 brain cells to rub together, if that.
T app, women's safety, red flag, green flag. Are we dead ass? And now look, you look stupid as.
The T app was designed to expose men, but it's exposing y'all women. It's showing just how dirty and nasty the men that y'all have been dealing with are.
The T app had one job. One job. And it failed. All right, let's get into it.
Okay, so whoever came up with this T app, babe, you got everybody and their mama going crazy. I ain't seen people act this crazy since the Section 8 freaking sign-ups 20 years ago. Talk about, I'm waiting to get approved, I'm waiting to get approved. I'm like, for what? So an app can tell you that this ain't shit, even though you know the ain't shit. I even told you the ain't shit. The nigga showed you he ain't shit. Now you just want 20, 30 other 50 bitches to tell you he ain't shit. Like, am I the only person that got shit to do? Like, girl, it's hot outside. Take them babies to the beach. You know what I'm saying? You over here waiting to get approved to see what the doing. Go down to the welfare office and get your child support started. Like, what? And if one more person was like, are you nervous that your baby daddy's going to be on the T app? No. The fuck? What they going to say? Little 4'2" Mexican from Modesto, little short trick ass. I mean, something I don't know. Like, goddamn, all these ain't shit. Who cares? I ain't shit either. Y'all better hope they don't come up with the fucking another app for us, cause good Lord, I don't know what they gonna say about me. Woo! Lord Jesus, all I got to say is y'all go do something else with your time, please. You know what I'm saying? Like, just check on the kids, bitch. Clean your house. How about that?
That's what I'm saying. Look, what happened to women's intuition? Ain't y'all supposed to be still using that? Like, why do you need an app and 3 other women to verify what you already know, what your women's intuition already tell you? What happened to that? Why you need an app? You were born with intuition. You don't need to download nothing. Let's keep going.
So I got accepted on the T app this morning, right? And I just got one question for you ladies. These the niggas that y'all doing the most over? These the niggas y'all be getting into it with 20 different bitches over, going to war, suiting up and lacing y'all boots up for? It can't be. This can't be, Lord. This can't be. 90% of them niggas on that app that I done scrolled past, they ugly as hell. Teeth yellow as fuck, dirty as hell. They clothes too tight, pants little as hell, shoes big as hell. And these the niggas that y'all want T on, I can guarantee you, babe, don't nobody want him but you, sis. Nobody want him but you. Y'all got to stop, babies. Y'all got to do better. Because this app ain't doing nothing but showing us that y'all just fuck with anything. Y'all let anything run up in y'all, like, because he look like he ain't washed his ass in a week, and you want tea on him? Y'all going out sad as fuck.
Ladies, hear me clearly. If you are on the T app, delete it. If you are on the T app, delete it. For those of you who are new here, I am a certified life coach. I specialize in love and relationships, self-development, and finances, and I have been doing so for close to a decade. And as someone who has coached hundreds of women directly and thousands indirectly, either through a relationship, into a successful, happy relationship, or over a relationship so they can get to knowing themselves, get off of that app. Okay, if you feel dependent upon the opinion of someone else to judge if you should be involved in a relationship with, speaking to a man, you lack discernment and you have bigger fish to fry. You should know yourself so well. You should be able to discern what is and what is not good for you so well that all someone has to do is speak to you for a little bit. If you just say, this may be or this may not be it. Your self-worth should be so high, you should trust yourself so much that no one, no man, woman, or child can ever do anything, could ever trick you, could ever play with you, because you understand what it is and what it ain't. The T app is for insecure women. I'm going to call it what it is. And that's no judgment, because I have been insecure in my lifetime. And I still have some level of insecurities, right? But I know how to maneuver and work through them. Every woman I know has been insecure in their lifetime, right? So this is not a judgment piece. This is just letting you know that there's something that you need to address, and you need to address it immediately. Because the fact of the matter is, if you had to put him on a T app, either one, you already feel like you've already seen that he's not for you, or that he may just be for the streets. Or number two, you don't trust yourself enough to know if he is someone that's really going to be of value to you. Either way, you're experiencing a problem.
So, for me, it's like, if somebody came and told me something, right? If I got a random text message, like say I'm dating a girl and I get a random text message from somebody who telling me bad things about her, but the person won't tell me their name. They won't tell me how they know all this information. They won't show me no proof. Why would I believe that? Like, if I'm going to tell you the truth about something, I have no problem putting my face and name behind it. You know? But y'all can post on this app anonymously, right? I'm going to just say, my ex-wife ain't shit, okay? Terrible person. And I found out a little after we divorced that she was dating this other guy. And I came up on his Facebook and searched. Seemed like a good man. Seemed like a good dude. You know? So I told him. I sent him Facebook messages and told him she is not a good woman. I had no problem using my personal Facebook with my name, with my picture, to tell him that information. I had no problem standing behind what I said. But for somebody to tell me something anonymously and just expect me to take their word for it, no, it ain't. That ain't happening. that is not happening.
I'm not trying to be funny, but everybody on that T app, like everybody that's getting posted on that T app, has like a very niche aesthetic, is how I'd like to word it. Like a very, like they're all the same type of person, like the men and the women. And like the women posting these men, they're all, I would imagine they're all the same type of women. Yeah. Cause like I'm reading through it. I'm not participating in it, but like I'm reading through what's being posted on the T app, and like women are posting guys that they're interested in talking to, and they're like, does anybody mess with him? And it's like, I would never in my grown ass mind post a man I'm interested in talking to, knowing the vultures and critters that live on this internet. And then, just as I expected, there's women in the comments like, oh, bet, like I'm on that, sis. But like girls are also saying that to the men that are being posted, and they're like, this is my husband, does anybody have any tea on him? And girls are like, oh yeah, like you're about to have tea on him because he's fine as fuck. Like I would never post like shit, some of my, like, I don't know, I would never like intentionally post my man on a messy app, an app for mess, to expose him to even more women that we see are intentionally sliding in these men's DMs after people are asking for tea on them. Like, I don't know. So like the women that are posting these men that they're interested in, the women that are posting these men that they, deal with or whatever, like they're all a niche group of women. And I don't even think that these women look the same, but they have the same mindset. The men that are being posted on this T app, yeah, they definitely look visually, they look the same. And I'm not talking about like, oh, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, like visually, like they all dress the same. And I would assume they have similar professions, if you get my gist.
Maybe this will get some women to say, no wonder we all say all men ain't shit, because we all dating the same 15 dudes. All y'all dating the same 15 dudes. So that's all y'all know. Of course you think all men ain't shit, because the 15 you dating ain't shit.
We need to talk about how that T app just made women look like we have 3 brain cells to rub together, if that. I can't even. The fact that so many women are sharing the same man, upset over some wannabe SoundCloud YN, and then have the audacity Hi, puppy. Have the audacity to be on TikTok like, why doesn't no man want me? Why doesn't no man want me? Because you want a YN. Because you listen to degenerate music, you're attracted to degenerate men. That's why good men don't fucking want you. And I say all this just because I'm being a judgmental bitch. Don't get it twisted. I'm just being judgmental. But I never valued hood culture. I never valued YNs. I never wanted anything to do with that. I'm not saying that I don't listen to Cardi every now and then, but that is not on my main playlist. It's just so crazy because people thought the T app was going to help women, but really it just got a bunch of stupid women doxxed. And then it also showed men that they were right about us. About all women. They were right. We got 3 brain cells to rub fucking together. And I can't.
Hey, I hate to say I told you, but I did tell you, and you guys called me dick dizzy, y'all called me misogynist, y'all said I'm stupid, you guys said I'm whatever the fuck you said. All I know is, at the end of the day, I said this is gonna end in tragedy, this is gonna end in backfire, because why the fuck is there an app where you talk anonymously with no proof about a random person, whether you know them, you were involved with them, whatever it is, and try to center it around women's safety? That's bullshit. T-app, women's safety, red flag, green flag, are we dead ass? And now look, you look stupid as fuck. You thought you were gonna get on this app and be fully anonymous? You can never be fully anonymous on the internet, you know that, right? Like, your data, and then you're taking a picture of yourself to get on the app. You're taking a photo of you're putting your ID to get on the app, and you thought shit was safe. Let's put on our critical thinking caps and think to ourselves, where's this photo going? Who's storing? Do you guys, like, cybersecurity, anything, nothing, just, it's my time to talk.
Yeah, a lot of times we get fooled like that, and men and women get something's in my eye. Men and women get fooled like that sometimes, where they show you this big prize over here. Hey, sign up. You get this. Not knowing that, if you sign up, we also can take this information from you and you'll never see it. So, yeah, we gotta we gotta start reading like terms and conditions of these apps. Like, for real, we can't just keep scrolling down to the bottom and hitting I agree. We gotta start taking the time to read this stuff, so they can't surprise us, like this anymore. Okay, but let's keep going.
Well, now the gag is your shit is out in the internet. Now what? Crazy work.
The T app was designed to expose men, but it's exposing y'all women. It's showing just how dirty and nasty the men that y'all have been dealing with are. Y'all get online with these high standards that you don't have in real life, which is what I always say. You can't believe what they're saying, you gotta watch what they're doing. They can tell you all day what they won't do, but that app is showing you what they will do. Y'all are showing just how low vibrational the men that y'all have to pick from are. You can't sit up and say that you got all these options yet. These are the men that you're picking. The truth is, that's all you got to pick from. You have a bunch of group of nasty, terrible men to choose from, and you're just trying to find the best out of the worst. But all of them are horrible. Everything that you have to choose from is horrible because of how you are as a woman. You carry yourself in a way that there's a very specific type of man who would find you attractive. And that small group of men is who y'all are choosing from.
And women need to understand that. Like, women need to understand that how you present yourself as a woman, yes, you can be online doing what you want, pictures you want, revealing clothes you want, twerking online, showing your butt and everything, every picture you upload. you can do that. As a woman, you have the right to do that. But realize what type of man that is going to attract. Okay? So don't get mad when you attract ain't shit men, okay? And let me also tell you this for secret. You can get yourself a good man too, You know, even though you do all that, you can get a good man as well, okay? But let me tell you, that good man ain't gonna respect you. And once he's done, he gonna get rid of you. And I know what you're thinking. Well, Derrick, if he was a good man, he wouldn't treat me. He's a man first. Before he's a good man, he's a man first. Okay? Meg Thee Stallion will find out in a little bit. Okay, what I mean by that. Just watch that relationship. Her and Klay Thompson, right? Just watch. Watch how that unfolds. And come back to this video and tell me I was right. Let's go.
And that's why y'all are sharing the same men. Because out of that small group of men that y'all are all picking from, y'all are trying to find the best looking one, the one who appear to seem like he got some money, even though he usually don't end up having no money. Y'all are all picking and filtering through that small group of disgusting, nasty pookies, right? And no matter what you get online and say about how you want rich men, you ain't even in proximity to rich men. Rich men don't even see you on their radar when you walk by, right? Because nothing about who you are and how you carry yourself would pick up on the radar of a man who got any class about himself, right? Only pookies find you desirable. And that's the reason why y'all are all sharing the same pookies. That's the reason why y'all all sharing the same pookies. It don't matter what y'all get on that app and expose regarding these men, how terrible they done treated you, what STDs they done gave you, how many babies they done had and left. There still will be a line of women ready to give that man a shot to see whether or not she can get better results than you got. So you can never really expose men because there's always going to be women who are willing to test it out for themselves and still see whether or not the stuff the previous women said is actually true.
And another thing, do you think a man who makes, let's say he makes 6 figures, let's say he makes more than that, let's say he makes 7 figures a year, you know, that's the man you want. That's the man you want. That's the man who has businesses. That's the man who has a reputation, a credible representation. Do you think he wants his woman showing her body, flaunting her body online? I mean, that's the man you want. Do you think that man wants his woman to be flaunting her body online all the time? I mean, what kind of if somebody was going, if two men was going to come together and make a business deal together, $1 million deals, okay? And businessman A searched up businessman B and found his wife, and then found his wife's Instagram and see what she posting, and she twerking and she showing herself drinking and getting drunk and flaunting her body and everything up there. The deal is not gonna happen because he already see that man makes bad decisions. Why would you go in business with him? That's why you'll never get the man you desire or you really want acting like that online. It's never going to happen. And if it does, it's only for a little bit. I'm talking about rich, loyal, faithful man. Okay, you can get a rich man who ain't shit, you know. But to find a faithful one, you'll never get him. You'll never get him.
I don't know if it's just me, but I have a weird suspicion that a lot of people on this T app are not posting men who they are actually even dating, talking to, or are trying to court them. And really, they just want to post guys who they want to actually find out tea about, or they're posting guys who they actually know have partners and want to find out gossip about that person's partner. Or you'll be surprised, but they're a lot of these girls are using this app as a way to find their next guy. Like, I saw a girl who literally made a video saying that, like, me watching this app and picking my next, like, eater or something like that. Like, are you deranged? You're literally seeing a guy being posted. They're saying that he's a narcissist. They're saying he's an abuser. but because he does something really good sexually, now you want to try it for yourself. Do you guys not fear God? Like, I think you guys would be surprised, because there are people who sit online every single day and talk about other people. Not celebrities, not political figures, like literally normal everyday people. Maybe they have some form of influence. They know where they work, they know where they live, they know who was their baby daddy, they know who they were married to, they know who their boyfriend was 12 years ago. These people are really weird, but I really don't think that this app is being used as a way to safeguard women. I think it's just being used because people are nosy AF.
You guys, this T app is fucking hilarious. Like, I'm on that shit just laughing because honestly, believe half of what you see on there. Spare these men just a little bit, because could you imagine if there was an app for us women? What if there already is? The amount of men that would be on there talking shit about us, dragging us just because they didn't have a chance to be with us, because men are like that. You tell them that you're not interested, you don't want anything like serious or whatever, and all of a sudden you're fat, you're a hoe, you're a bitch, this and that. Like, they be salty. So I believe there's a lot of salty women on there just talking shit about these men because they don't want other girls to like them or to talk to them. So honestly, believe half of what's on there, but there is a lot of men on there that is like, sir, are you gay? Or you need mental help, because beating on women, cheating on multiple women, something's wrong with you.
Now, I believe there was some information up there that really helped some women avoid guys that they shouldn't date. But I also believe there's some liars up there, because anytime you can post something anonymously with no proof, I can't trust that. For me, like I said, I can't trust that. I can't trust that. I'm talking whether it's positive or negative. You know, I can't trust that, because you don't even have to put a name behind it. You don't have to put any proof behind it. You know, was this some women talking truth up there? Yes, but I'm sure it was some women telling lies as well. You know, so, and I just think, come out with another app, have these women have to put their names and faces behind it, and then give the man the opportunity to defend himself. I'll download that app. I would.
Hold on. Let me get this straight. You guys trusted an app from a man that was supposed to be a safe space for women? Like, the app was created by a man and y'all got hacked? They got y'all government IDs? They have access to over 72,000 pictures, including 13,000 verification photos? Y'all better get y'all money. Y'all better go clock in and find out how can y'all get that lawsuit popping, because the breach of data is crazy. The security breach is crazy. Now that's the real tea on the app.
Good morning. So y'all really out here using the T app, putting your selfies on there, and now look what happened. Somebody done hacked the app. Got all your information, everything exposed. Like, what's the point? What were you looking for? The things y'all do to really be nosy and be invested in what somebody else is doing. Now look at y'all. Selfies exposed, looking raggedy, business information, credit cards, birth certificates, everything exposed on the T app. Next time, don't use that and try to be nosy. It ain't worth it. It just ain't worth it. Don't do it.
The only app or apps that I've ever uploaded my ID to was apps that were going to pay me. To upload my ID to an app that's just gonna tell me other people's business is not worth it for me. It's not. But that would have, if it was a male version of this for men, and I got to the point where it said upload your ID, no, forget about it. I ain't gonna be able to do it. Let's go.
I keep hearing about the T-app. The T-app this, the T-app that, the T-app, the T-app. So I'm gonna give y'all my opinion on the T-app. Am I on the T-app? No. I've heard about the T-app, and in my opinion, I think the T-app is a bad thing. People getting hurt over that app. Some of the stuff, from my understanding, some of the people that posting there, posting lies. That's a very dangerous app, in my opinion. And this is the man right here that created the app because his mom allegedly got catfished. Now, in my opinion, I think they need to get rid of that app. That app gonna get some people hurt. And from my understanding, some people already been hurt. It's just not a good idea. And I know the female's gonna say, well, it's for our safety, this, that, and the third. Not if people putting lies in there. And I'm not saying everybody that's posting in there putting lies, but from my understanding, it's a lot of misinformation in that T app. They say some guys even came out with receipts. I just think it's a bad idea. I think it's dangerous. And ain't no way Sean Cook, the guy who created it, thought it was a real good idea. This app was created for one reason, and y'all not even seeing it. I'm out.
The T-App company estimates that 72,000 images have been accessed, with 13,000 of them being identification photos. So your IDs, your driver's license, with your addresses on there. So NBC reports that the T-App was designed as a virtual whisper network for women. You would have to take a photo or apparently upload your ID to get into the app to prove that you're a woman. And then you could upload photos of men and ask, hey girls, what's the T on this man? Then women would go in and they would either put a green or a red flag, signaling either he's a green or a red flag. And then you can also comment. It was really supposed to be created as a safe space for women to protect against violent and aggressive men. What I'm also hearing is that the hackers got these photos IDs, checked to see where they were located, and then uploaded basically little pins on app to show people this is where this user is located, this is where this user is located. They also took a lot of those images and uploaded it to a separate website and then put side-by-side photos of some of the women that were on the T app. The information we have now is that these are only photos and identification from people that were signed up before February of 2024. So if you signed up anytime after that, you should be okay. But this is an ongoing story, so that might change. Now, here are my thoughts on this entire situation. So I said this about 5 days ago, literally. Who's going to court? Not me, because I know that even though everything is anonymous on any app, it's never anonymous. People can always find out who you are. And you think I am going to risk that by posting about people and then possibly face some issues in the future because anybody wants to figure out who you are, can figure out who you are? Absolutely.
And defamation is serious. Defamation can get you sued. So you can go up there and talk and think you're anonymous and all that, but now they have all the information with with everything you posted. If a guy is up there and you posted lies about him and he really cares and maybe it ruined his reputation or ruined his relationship that he was currently in, and it's nothing but lies that you posted, he got a right to sue you if he wants. He got to sue you because your lies caused him damage. You're never anonymous. Never. Let's go.
Absolutely not. I learned about the T-App maybe 1 week ago, and so I accessed it. I took a photo. I didn't upload my identification, and I read through some of the things, and I saw some of the good sides of it, but I also saw some of the terrible sides of it. And I said, you know what? I am not going to post anything in this app because this is a crazy app. This is a word to the wise. Never use your identification to upload to anything, okay? Unless it's something required for your job or where you're like, okay, I need to get a house, an apartment, things that we know your IDs are necessary for. That's the only time. I know a lot of women saying, I don't care about it. It's just a selfie. People can still figure out where you are based on your selfie. But at least it'll take a lot longer for them to figure out versus you uploading your full ID with your driver's license number, with your address, with your date of birth, all these things. Because now you guys realize how easy it is to access these databases, how easy it is to find your information, how easy it is to figure out where you're located based on your IP address. It's a scary, scary social media world that we live in. I don't condone any of this. I think posting the women's photos and then pinpointing where they are located in the world is insane. But unfortunately, nothing on here is safe. We can all be found.
So there's not only been one breach on the T app, there's been two. Now everybody's DMs got leaked. Y'all are done. Now, okay, any man who is serious about looking into this can now find what y'all was really talking about. Y'all, this app was being used well before. Ain't shit women brought us to the internet and made it public. This was not something that was supposed to be on the internet. Y'all supposed to use the app in silence, talk about it in person, and too many bitches who are driven brought it up. And then women started lying. I'm sure women were getting lied on beforehand. It just got more loud when black women started doing it. We're just us. I apologize. I wasn't on the app, so really I don't got nothing to apologize for. But grab your Smith & Wesson, because I know any who really read his DMs is about to be serious. Like, whoever had the cybersecurity team was really Steve Wonder, because what the fuck?
So now the T app, y'all have been exposed. Y'all have to be careful. When I say be careful, okay? Being nosy. And now y'all information is out there. I didn't want no parts. I ain't even want to go be nosy. I know one thing. Even when the men made the app, I knew I wasn't on there. Even when the women made the app, I knew my husband wasn't on there. It is what it is. Now, y'all tears being exposed for wanting to be so nosy. So leak for leak. What y'all gonna do? Because I know that is uncomfortable now that others got y'all information. And from my understanding, they using y'all information on the T app. You know what I'm saying? So it don't pay all the time to be nosy. Mind your business, and you know to be careful out here. I know people was like, well, I'm single and I need to know this and I need to know that, because they had men that was undercover. It was all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because people started doing videos here on TikTok, you know, reading the comments of what the women was saying about the men. You know what I'm saying? So y'all be careful. I don't know what y'all gonna do. Y'all, once the information is out there, it's out there. Y'all probably gonna have to put some type of lock or something on y'all names or whatever the case may be, y'all addresses or on y'all IDs. So ladies, be careful with that. Hugs and love. Y'all be blessed, J-Lo.
What was y'all paying for the app? Did you need to pay for that, or was it totally free? Was you seeing ads? Like, I don't know. Tell me, cause I'm trying to figure out how was the guy who created it? How was he making money? Because, you know, he had to be selling ads or something, like, or y'all paying for access, one or the other. But don't nobody just make an app for free, okay? He make money somehow, and I'm trying to figure that out. So y'all help me out with that one. Let's keep going.
So after 2 weeks, I finally get accepted into the T app, and I want to say this specifically for the city of Detroit, the state of Michigan. There's about a good 40%, probably 50. Them look like they drink water straight out the Detroit River. Them motherfuckers look like creatures off Wrong Turn. And you mean to tell me that you bitches is fucking them? Oh my God. Poor management. And then talking about some who fuck with him. Only you fuck with him. Cause ain't no way in hell you let something that look like the Predator crawl up in you.
Sometimes sometimes a woman takes herself into a room, right? And it's about it could be maybe 100 guys in there, and she just, hey, who wants me? And then and then there's only 2 guys raise their hand, and she looks and say, she don't like. Yeah, they look terrible, but she got to pick between one of them 2, cause they the only 2 that want her. Okay. Uh, and I just got to repeat this again because I gotta fulfill my quota, but my ex-wife ain't shit. All right, let's keep going.
So this tea thing, I think that it is toxic. I think that it is for people who thrive off of toxicity, people who love drama, people who are looking for trouble, people who want to ruin other people's lives, whether it be true or not, whatever they're exposing that person for on the internet. It's embarrassing, really. I mean, why would a woman want to sit there and try to act like they're saving another person from someone, and you don't even know if what they're saying is true or not? You know, people are still going to do what they want to do, regardless of what you put on there. People are still going to want to either date that person or be with that person or whatever. And it's just, to me, it's very ratchet. I'm sorry.
And I'm an ultimate believer that people can change. You know, I'm sure there are women out here who are in marriages and they have a great husband and he is loyal, faithful, respectful, understanding. He motivates her. He sacrifices for her. He protects her. He does all the things that a man should do for his woman. But there's an ex that he has that would say he ain't none of that. You know what I mean? And maybe he won't none of that when he dated her in the past. But he's become a better man. He's changed who he is. So if you're dating a man who seems like a great man to you, and all the signs are showing that he's a great man, but you upload him to this app, and this woman who dated him 7 years ago can say he ain't shit, and you will break up with this man who is great now just because of what 7 years ago said? Sometimes it's that too. You know? So you got to be your own judge of somebody. You know what I mean? You judge them. Don't base it off somebody else's opinion of them or none of that. You judge them for what they show you or who they show you they are. I think we got one more.
Did y'all know the T app was owned by a man with male investors? Yeah, me neither. Well, yeah, the employees of the T app are on this app spilling it all. I was baffled. And all the things I said that could go legally wrong with this app, I was completely right. So let me tell you what I experienced. I made a post about 6 months ago calling out a man who's from Oakland who's a rapist and visits many nightclubs in this area. Now, after posting that, several ladies asked if I could start a Don't Date Him Oakland page. And I thought to myself, hell yeah. But this is what I encountered. A lot of women who wanted me to post the men that they've dated or allegedly dated, they didn't have anything to back up their claims. Now, I know that not every victim reports, but if you want me to post that this man raped you, beat you, kidnapped you, I'm gonna need some kind of proof, some kind of screenshot, something. And we've seen this on TikTok thousands of times. You can't just say someone did something without having some kind of proof. And as many times as you want to say allegedly, sometimes that's not enough. Now, am I surprised that some employees are speaking out? No. These employees definitely spoke out about their concerns for the app, legally and morally. Now, I knew that this could be a possibility just because of some of the things that I've personally seen posted on that app. I don't know what the future of this app is looking like, but I'll be giving you guys updates as updates roll in.
A man by the name of Beyonce's husband once said, "Believe none of what you hear and half of what you see." And I think that's what we need to take from this. You know, the internet is full of truths, but it's also full of lies. And we have to be smart and able to dissect the difference between the two of those. All right? So, like I said a couple times in this video, if somebody tells me something anonymously and they're not willing to put their name behind that statement, I automatically don't believe it. Whatever it is, I'm talking positive or negative. I don't believe it. If you're not willing to stand on what you say, you could tell me anything. I think the T app was created in 2023, so it took 2 years for this app to get breached. But what was that other app? Dolly Madison, the cheating app. How long did it take that app to get hacked? It took longer than 2 years. That app was around longer than 2 years. Why they go after this one so fast? Hey, if you enjoy this type of content and it's your first time here, please hit that subscribe button. I put out anywhere between 3 and 4 videos a week, guaranteed. So you know, you don't want to miss none of the stuff I put out. I'm just saying, I'm good at this. I'm so good at this. All right. So hit subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next one.